Hello and welcome to this week's vlog from Maddisons. Well, last week I promised you a look at two very dominant companies in the property world, Rightmove and Purple Bricks. Both of them had a fall in their share price last week, but for quite differing reasons actually. Let's look at Rightmove first of all. What a successful and profitable company they are. They announced a pre-tax profit of 198 million. That's an incredible result and up on previous years. Interestingly, they are deemed to be one of the most profitable companies on the UK stock exchange. They have a return on capital employed of 1,379, and their nearest rival is a company called Bioventrix, who run at about 60 times return on capital employed. So that gives you an example of how incredibly profitable they are. Their operating profit was running at around 74%, which is a phenomenal rate. But interesting, the share price dropped because agency numbers, i.e. the number of estate agents like myself who subscribe to Rightmove, fell by 2%, and the stock market saw that as a bit of a worrying sign. Interestingly, Rightmove are not worried at all because they increase the prices they charge to us agents. The reason they had such a phenomenal year is because the average they now charge an agent is £1,000 per month to list with them. They get that you've really got no choice as an agent. There are other rivals out there on the market and Zoopla, but Rightmove is very, very dominant. They understand that, and they are certainly making good money out of it. So certainly from a fund manager's perspective, many fund managers have a buy view on Rightmove stock. Obviously, I can give no advice on that, but that's an interesting situation. However, looking at Purple Bricks, bit of a disastrous result for them last week. At one point last week, their share price dropped by 40% in one day, and actually ended the day 24% down. So a quarter of the value of their stock was wiped off. And why was that? Well, simply they have not managed to penetrate the US and Australia markets as they thought they would. They're very dominant real estate markets out there. I often think if you want to see how to be an estate agent really well, then look across the seas. Certainly in Australia, they have a phenomenal model. And they're a very, very well-regarded profession. Many people view an agent as a very worthwhile investment in getting absolute top price for their property. They're selling a highly valuable asset and they don't want to trust it to just an online agent. So their chief executive officer, Lee Wainwright, left, and the chap who's been heading up the US division has come back to the UK to try and bolster the market over here. It's a tough market, and I think in tough times, most sellers will turn to more of a traditional high street model. So interesting fortunes for those two companies there. Moving on to a lighter subject, John Terry's Cobham mansion is on the market at a guide of 6.25 million. It's a 10-minute drive from the Chelsea training ground in Cobham on a very, very beautiful road, the Queen's Drive on the Crown Estate. It's a fabulous sort of newish build property, exactly what you'd expect a big football star to have owned. He installed his own AstroTurf, and as a keen golfer also put a sort of a driving range in as well. It's got a gym, a games room and a cinema, and looks everything you'd expect for a footballer to own. But closer to home, we have launched two lovely properties this week. The first one is a beautiful little three-bedroom terrace on Queen's Road. It's got a really great open-plan kitchen diner, actually, which is quite unusual for properties in that area, and that's on at a guide of £450,000. And then on Mount Ephraim, we have a really lovely two-bedroom flat, beautiful period building listed with fabulous views across the common and presented in excellent order, and that's on at a guide of £425,000. So if either is of interest, do give us a call. Hope you've enjoyed the vlogs this week and look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.